Hey guys, Harrison here. I just got back from a bit of a trip and I thought what better time than now to show you all the gear that I like to take with me when I go traveling. So in here I've got my camera gear, I've got my laptop, I've got all the different accessories that I like to take as well as some cool little other things that I think you might like. So with that being said, I'll have links to most of the stuff in the description. Apart from that though, let's just jump straight into it. Alrighty, so this is my bag. It's just this Adidas one. I've had it for a while. Looking around, there's not much. You've just got some pockets and then 3 main compartments. So I'll start at the back because that's where there's the least. Here I've got my laptop sleeve as well as this little DS case, which it doesn't have a DS in it. In here, I've actually got my T5 portable SSD, which is what I normally put some video footage on if I'm taking it around with me, as well as a USB-C to USB-C cable to actually plug this into my laptop, which you'll see, as well as a little dongle. So you might be able to guess, if you haven't seen my videos on it already, what my laptop is. I've also got my DS, still rocking the 2DS. This is where it was at, I think. I don't play it too much, but always good to have. Now though, here is my laptop. So you can see I've got this little case on it. Inside, as you might have already guessed from watching my videos, is my MacBook Air. Yeah, this is just my laptop for on the go as well as for school as well. So that is the laptop I take. It just lives in this laptop sleeve. Alright, so in our main compartment, if we open it up, you'll see there's a few things in here. First of all is another DS case. As you can tell, I find these pretty useful to use. Inside, I've just got a charger, which is actually my MacBook Air charger, but I also use this to charge my phone as well because my Pixel 2, my phone, is actually USB-C as well. So I can use this USB-C cord to charge them both, which is pretty handy. And then these are the Creative wireless earbuds. These are just a cheap pair of wireless earbuds that I actually really enjoy using. They work really well. So these also make their way into my bag. So this is a just cheap little bag, and inside is actually all my different camera accessories. Looks like this one's come loose, but this is an ND filter. I have this in that bag just for any sort of long exposures I want to do or recording in the daytime. Always handy to keep an ND filter around. And then just this normally lives in here. It's an SD card reader if I ever need one. I've got some spare SD cards in here. I've got a little USB-C to USB adapter, some spare batteries, a USB Type A USB to a USB-C cable, and then a micro USB cable as well. So this just sort of holds on to all those sort of random accessories, cables and batteries and stuff that you might not remember to pack. This is just sort of the general accessories bag that you can just chuck in a bag when you want to make sure you've got everything together. This is the bag I use as well, just because it's got all these little places to stick stuff into. I only sort of started using this a few months ago, but I found it's very useful for just keeping everything together. So yeah, so far this is how I've managed all my accessories, and for now at least it's working pretty well. There's the camera gear in here. I just also though like to keep a book. Right now I'm reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Always good to have something to read as well, so I like to chuck a book into my bag. Here we are though. Here is all my camera gear. So you can see it's a bit of bagception, a bag in a bag. This is a Manfrotto, just like a, I don't know what you call it, like a little side bag or something. And I find it actually just fits really well into this backpack. This isn't actually a camera backpack, it's just a sort of your average backpack, but this bag can just slide straight in, and I find that this sort of helps protect my camera gear a bit more and gives me the peace of mind when I'm sticking my camera gear into this bag. So you'll see it's got this pocket here, which is actually empty now. I try not to put stuff in there unless I have to. If it can fit in here, then it can also fit into my accessories bag, and that's probably the safer of the two to put stuff in. But the main compartment is where you'll find all the exciting stuff. So you can see it's pretty full. Right on the top we have this big 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack, just for charging my stuff on the go if I need to. I'm probably going to end up doing a review about it on my other channel actually, on China Tech, because well, this is tech from China and it's actually pretty good. So you can check that channel out if you're interested in seeing that video in the future. Overall, yeah, this is just a pretty cheap battery pack that's actually worked really well for me, so I always carry that around when I can. In here is the Rode Veo Micro. This is the microphone I normally use. So you'll see it's got the dead cat on now, but underneath that's just the microphone I use. And then I take the dead cat with me just in case and to help protect it when it's traveling as well. So it sort of is insulated a bit from bumps and stuff. And then just floating around, we've got the cable as well. Put that down though, and what we've got left is all the camera gear. So I've got my lenses here, but you're probably interested in my camera body. And for those sticking around the channel, you know that this is my baby, my Lumix G7. I've had this for over a year now. I use it a ton. I use this camera a lot, and it's held up really well. I love it to bits, and I'm thinking about doing a full video on it. So definitely like and subscribe down below if you want to see that. Overall, just quickly, you know, it's a really great value camera. I think you get so much out of this camera, and now, even in 2019, I think it's still a great buy. It's very cheap, especially if you can buy it secondhand, and the features you get are just next level for the price you pay. It feels really nice to use. It's a pleasure to use, really. Yeah, overall, I cannot recommend a better camera for beginners, really. So to pair up with this camera though, because it's pretty useless just like this, I normally take three main lenses with me. I have the 14-42 Panasonic kit lens. So I use this more for the wide angle. It's f5.6 once you go past about 25mm, which isn't ideal, but at the wide end you're at f3.5, and it is my widest lens. So if I ever want to, you know, do landscapes or anything and I need a wide lens, then this is the lens I'm definitely taking. So I use this 14-42 for the wide end. When I want to get telephoto though, I use this lens. I've done a review on it before, but this is the 45-150 Panasonic lens. So it is f5.6 at the long end, which isn't ideal, but it was such a cheap lens that, you know, for $150 or whatever it was an absolute steal. And I find I use this lens a ton just for shooting wildlife or, you know, sort of distant landscapes and stuff. I really do enjoy using this lens, despite, you know, the fact that in my review I did say that it had some sort of issues and things I would like to change. I still find that I can get past those and use this a lot. I might end up upgrading this lens to sort of a more professional lens. There's the 35-100 f2.8. For now at least, I'm sticking with this lens, and it's actually doing a pretty good job. So it's gonna keep its spot in my camera bag. And then just to round out the collection, what camera bag would be complete without the 50mm prime? So this is, well, it's the 25mm f1.7, but with the 2x crop factor on the Micro Four Thirds G7, it ends up being the 50mm equivalent lens. And this one always finds its way into my camera bag nice and fast at f1.7. Can't argue much with it. It's just your standard 50mm prime, and I find I use it mostly for videos on my channel like this, as well as just for shooting, sort of walking around and doing stuff like that. Overall, yeah, use it a ton, and I've got a video up on this lens as well, actually, and check that out if you're interested. But again, definitely a lens that I will never leave home without, especially if I'm going on a longer trip. Oh, one last thing, I'm shooting this video on the Sony IX100 Mark V. It's about to run out of battery, but I did a video on it before, so definitely check that out if you're interested. It's on a Zome Q666 tripod, which I also carry because a tripod's very important, but the battery's literally about to run out now, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you want to see more. Apart from that though, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.